decide if we need it.
So welcome everyone to Stretch Express. Let's start on all fours. Let's start with a couple of cat-cows just to release the spine. If you don't like to be on all fours, if that bothers your wrist in some way, you can always do this seated as well. So you could be in a seated position for seated cat-cows. This is one of the moves my chiropractor makes us do. We do it in a seated position in a chair, but he will not do any adjustments on anyone until they do this little routine. And seated cat-cows is one of those. So it's really, really good for just getting the spine, just aligning it and loosening it up, loosening the muscles around the spine. Welcome everyone, still coming in. So good to see you all. So just a few more of these easy cat-cows. Nice. And then from here, you can stay on your hands. Again, if the hands bother you, you could come down to your forearms. We're just going to take our right leg, extend it back behind us, and press our heel away. Get right into your calf. So a nice calf stretch. So forearms or hands, just if the hands bother you. And you can also do this against a wall. So just pressing back, pressing through the right heel. And a nice stretch into the calf. Welcome. Welcome, Eileen. Welcome, Katie, Valerie, Becky. All of a sudden, my screen is full. Jill, Heather, Chrissy, Liz, Heather D. Welcome, Lauren, Molly, Erica, Kristen, Jeannie, Valerie C. So good to see everybody. And then from here, we'll lift the right leg up. Take it over to the left side of the body and just rest the top of the foot on the floor. Press through the right hips and gaze over the left shoulder. So getting a nice lateral stretch on the right side. This move right here, and many of the moves we do in yoga in general is very good for the vagus nerve. But this is a really nice one, the way the vagus nerve runs through the body. We're opening up, activating, releasing. The vagus nerve is part of our parasympathetic nervous system. And if you do want to know more about the vagus nerve, part of VFit Connect, we do monthly workshops, and I will be doing one on the vagus nerve in the spring. And it's not too late to sign up for VFit Connect. That's always ongoing. So if you're interested in that. Let's release. We're going to get the other side in a moment, but let's take a little break off our arms as we set back into child's pose. Reach through the fingers. Nice stretch. Your knees can be as close together or as wide apart as feels good to you. Get all that nice stretching. This too can be done pressing back off a wall, a chair, a table. And if you like, you could come to puppy instead of child's pose. So I find that puppy gives me a little bit deeper stretch. Hold these stretches, give or take a minute or so. Again, I don't really watch the clock. We do hold them. We want to hold, at least 30 seconds. It takes at least 30 seconds for the body to really kind of start to react to a stretch. And then those of you that come to yin, we can hold stretches up to 3, 4, 5 minutes. And then from here, coming back either onto your forearms or onto your hands. This time we'll take the left leg, extend it, curl the toes under, press the heel back. Let's get a nice concentrated stretch into the calf. You need pressure on the wrist. You can be on your forearms or do this standing. Coming back off a wall. I sometimes will make a fist to put my wrist in neutral. Couple of more breaths. And then we'll release, take the left leg over to the right, press through the left hip, look over the right shoulder. Look, I'm lengthening the space from the hip bone to the armpit. And then release. And we'll come down into puppy or child's pose one more time. This time, as we come down in, bending the elbows and reaching the thumbs either towards the top of the head, or if your head's all the way down on the ground, you can reach them back towards the nape of the neck. So I'll come into the position so you can see it. I know you can't hear me when I put my head down and talk. So you can do that in child's pose or lifted up in puppy. And then just think about kind of pushing into the elbow and lengthening along that tricep. So elbow to shoulder. If that does not feel good to you at all, you can always come into the seated position, do one arm at a time, this little one arm tricep where you pat yourself on the back. And I'll have you switch out in a few seconds if you're on one side. So if anyone is doing that one arm tricep, you can go ahead and get the other side, pat yourself on the back. I was telling the yoga Pilates, I think it was the yoga Pilates class, maybe it was just you, Heather, that I was telling my triceps are so sore today. I don't know what we did yesterday, for sure what I did that made them so sore. It's a nice stretch for them. And then from there, we'll slowly make our way up to seated. Feel free to shake your arms, a little twisting. And just get some movement through the torso. And then we'll come into our glutes. You have several options here, but we will work on the shoelace. So shoelace is where we start to bring the right knee over the left, and it's okay. They can line straight up, but it's okay if they don't. And then if all that is more than feels good into your hips, remember you can always slide this out towards spiral log, or even placing right leg in front of the left. So you have all those different positions to be in. And then in any of the positions, whichever one you choose, you can gently walk your hands forward. Right, so it's totally fine if this top knee is up a little, right down or coming out through fire log. And then of course, force stretch is always great, ankle over knee. I just like to vary it up because I feel like sometimes we do all the same positions. And each position works the body a little bit differently, but they're all targeting the hip, the glute. So do what feels best to you. You really let your head fall, your chin tuck, releasing through your spine. Some of you might be able to kind of tuck your forehead in towards your knee. Some of you might be able to lay your chest all the way out on that top right leg. Don't force, and just because you can do it, remember, doesn't mean you have to. Only do it if it feels right to you. And then we'll slowly come up and work through that same pose on the other side. So again, same options, you know, into shoelace, various positions of fire log, or of course, four stretch. Take your time, move around, shift around. Maybe folding forward. Really working your exhale. With each exhale, think about, imagine, visualize yourself releasing tension, anger, frustration, sadness, whatever it may be that you feel is just kind of holding on to you. Visualize letting it go. And then we'll slowly work our way up, coming into a straddle. If you don't like straddle, butterfly can be great to lengthen through the inner thighs. This will also lengthen through the hamstrings and gently fold forward. Nice, enjoying the stretch. So I have a little bit of a funny story for you. So my son is 15. And I really haven't, like, he stretches a lot now. He rolls a lot now. He used to not believe me when I told him how good it was for him. Well, he does it regularly. And so he was rolling and stretching last night before I was about to teach yin. And I was like, why don't you just come to my yin class with me? And he was like, I don't need to come to your yin class. I can do all this stretching without letting go of anything I'm holding on to. Yes. Let go of what you're holding on to. He's a 15-year-old boy. He's not holding on to much. But I thought that was funny because I do oftentimes say, oh, let go. Right? But we as adults oftentimes hold on to a lot. From here, let's just start to walk our hands a little bit to the right. Your right palm can stay down or flip it up if that feels better. And then let's reach our left arm up and over, getting a little bit more into our side body. Now, if this feels too intense or just doesn't feel good, you can always bring the left leg in. That might make that feel a little bit better. You can also always come into seated position to take your side bend. So holding right there. Let's check the message. Yes, exactly, Rochelle. I know he walked through when I was teaching vinyasa and we were doing an eagle. And then I said, and rise up out of your eagle and fly. And he got a kick out of that too. He's like, what? And then from here, we'll gently walk it over to the other side. Right arm comes up and over. we're officially out of time, but if you've got a few more seconds, hang on right here with me so this side gets its equal stretch. So we did get quite a bit into the torso, the spine today. And then from there, gently ease your way up. Thank you all so much for joining me. Feel free to just kind of twist that out, move that out. If you've got a few extra minutes in your day, perfect time to sit quietly or lie down and just take a little bit of a shavasana, a little bit of a breathing break. Thank you all so much. I will see you again soon. Thank you. Thank you.